5 generations of Explorer cherish the traditions of the model, replacing the frame with a new load-bearing body. Svachano so changed to pull the massive childish ailments behind you. We had the crossover trimmed and we knew about the Sikava, the great American premium Posashlia Hovic, the same way for the tradition of which car is accepted in Ukraine. If you want to go to the fatherland, overseas, wines are considered one of the best budget options in the class. And why do we need a lot of cars? 3 rows of seats, spaciousness, a fully transformable salon, space scales of accessories, touch buttons, a 3.5-liter atmospheric gasoline V6 with a pressure of 290 hours.p. All 365 horses, so under the hood is not Durtec, but EcoBoost. In 2010, the Explorer ceased to be an independent worker if he changed the frame structure with other attributes of a Rogue on a load-bearing body, independent suspension of the Beulah and earlier, and a clutch, which, if necessary, on the rear all part of the torque. The Ford all-wheel drive system was installed in Freelander with the reliable electronics of the terrain response system. The rest, to say the least, is not the best asset for the secondary market. Explorer is a good crossover. It is not recommended to run on new hard surfaces, the front seat is too low, that clearance of 180mm does not fit. The back will all start and bend. And the body parts of the road. The clutch of the distribution box is considered to be a weak point. Oil often leaks through the stuffing box, but without that it won't help with constant control. If you want the Vyrbnikit in such a way that it doesn't require constant maintenance, the choice of motors is small. There were 2 main options, after all, a 3.5-liter atmospheric gasoline V6 with 290 horsepower, and 3.5-liter gasoline V6, but also turbo, 365 hours.p. Tightness. Stay, victim, we are alone. And options with deforcing up to 250 forces 3.5 TVCT or with 280 strong 2.3 EcoBoost and Zofsim do not know. Cross-cutting the V6 Durtec without praising only the ice cold. Problems with the timing drive, overhanging possessions, fire equipment safely bypassed it. In trying to know the slack, we shoveled the anonymous forums and lost, in fact, nothing. For supervision, with regular maintenance, the motor will go 200 to 300 km without critical damage. On the first 100 there are single fluctuations of the replacement of the left support pad of the engine. There is only one transmission, a 6-speed automatic with manual mode. I call again without any narcon. It seems that can be ruined only by the total daily service and unimportant attitudes. Among the features of the living specimens, the lines are marked when switching, but they are cleaned up with a flashing of the MZKV. That very recipe is D, as if the machine is supernaturally thoughtful. But behind the body, the crossover was spared less. First of all, there is a lot of someone to swear at Yogozorsk Street or rather, Vidsutton Street Muvlyov, when parking on the curb with one wheel, 5 doors move and twist, skew. However, not all Vlasniks confirm these symptoms. And from the problem of LFP, and C. Vijna richly, at the galvanized body, cry out loud. Farba can be seen not only in typical, but also in non-standard areas. For example, in the areas with railings on the dash. The car is equipped with electronics, but the systematized scargs on it and on the electrics are not allowed. Primhi of the acid sensor, the rear view camera, or the leakage of the tightness of the rear light is not right. And to get out, there are not many problems with the Explorer's life. PDVSKU praise everything in one voice, Narkayuchi less on the road components. The first knocks are announced at the turn of the gap of 100,000 km, and in which case the flow and preventive maintenance can add up to 20,000 hryvnia. In short, it seems that the car can become a viable site for the secondary.